Lagos, with its restless traffic and glittering skyline, was the kind of city that hid heartbreak behind tinted car windows and laughter behind champagne glasses. And in that city lived Amara Nwosu, a woman who seemed too blessed to ever know sorrow.
Amara was the kind of woman whose presence commanded rooms. Her caramel skin glowed under every light, her voice carried calm authority, and her company, Heavenly Homes Interiors, was the reason why the richest women in Lekki bragged about their living rooms.
Her husband, Chuka Nwosu, was her perfect match, a tall and confident real estate mogul with the kind of charm that could sell a house with just a handshake and a smile.
Together, they were the Lagos dream. Power couple of the year, the couple that wore matching Aso-Ebi and made marriage look like a luxury brand.
But even luxury sometimes hides loneliness, and for Amara, that loneliness came in the form of 7 silent years without a child, 7 years of fake smiles and unanswered prayers that echoed through her mansion like a haunting song.
Chuka's family, especially his sharp-tongued mother, began to poison the peace they once shared, whispering words that stung like pepper. A home without a child is just a hotel.
Slowly, Chuka began to change. His laughter became distant, his touch cold, and his perfume smelled like another woman's skin.
Amara noticed the late nights, the new colognes, the secretive phone calls, but pride is a stubborn friend. She told herself her husband was only stressed, that love was stronger than suspicion. Then, one quiet Friday evening, while scrolling through Instagram with a cup of tea in hand, her world shattered with a single post. A woman named Evelyn had shared a picture of herself holding a baby, and standing behind her, smiling like the world belonged to him, was Chuka, Amara's husband, wearing the same designer watch she had gifted him on his birthday. The caption said, "Welcome, baby Chisom. Thank you, Lord." And though the words were innocent, they burned like acid on Amara's heart. She stared at the screen, unable to move, unable to breathe. And when the tears finally came, they were silent, the kind that hurt more because no one else could hear them.
But Amara did not scream or destroy anything. Instead, she sat in that silence until her pain turned into something sharper: strategy.
The next morning, she created a fake online identity, calling herself Adora Benson, a wealthy client looking to hire Evelyn for interior design consultation. Evelyn agreed to meet at a cozy cafe in Victoria Island, bringing along her newborn baby, whose tiny face looked exactly like Chuka's childhood photos.
When Amara arrived, dressed simply in white with sunglasses hiding her eyes, Evelyn greeted her warmly, completely unaware that she was talking to the real wife of her lover.
They talked about designs and colors, but soon Evelyn's words slipped into dangerous territory. She began to speak fondly about her man, a wonderful man named Chuka, who took care of her and her child.
Amara listened, smiling politely while her heart burned, each word a knife twisting deeper. Yet her voice never broke when she said softly, "He must be a very lucky man."
When their meeting ended, Amara walked away gracefully, but inside she whispered to herself, "You're holding what was never yours to keep."
That night, she confronted Chuka in their marble kitchen, her calmness more terrifying than anger. She simply handed him her phone showing Evelyn's photo and said, "You forgot to tell me we had a baby."
Chuka stammered, begged, and swore it meant nothing, but his words fell like broken glass, sharp, empty, and painful to touch.
Without raising her voice, Amara told him to pack his things and leave. She was done being the woman he loved in public and betrayed in private.
When the door closed behind him, it wasn't silence that filled the house, but freedom.
For weeks, Amara stayed out of the public eye while Lagos social media boiled with gossip about the billionaire breakup of the year. Then one night, Evelyn called her out of nowhere, sobbing uncontrollably, saying that Chuka had lied to her too, that he told her his wife had died years ago.
He used me, Ma, Evelyn cried. Now he's gone. I don't even have money for rent.
Amara sat still, her mind a battlefield between bitterness and compassion, and then she did something unexpected. She forgave.
"You're innocent," she said gently. "I'll send you something to help you and the baby. You both deserve peace, not pain."
That night, Amara slept peacefully for the first time in months, realizing that revenge only feeds the fire, but forgiveness puts it out completely. Within weeks, she founded the Chisholm Hope Project, a charity that helped single mothers find work and housing, turning her heartbreak into a blessing for others.
As the foundation grew, so did her grace. Magazines called her the Phoenix of Lagos, the woman who rose from ashes wearing diamonds of dignity.
Meanwhile, Chuka's world began to crumble. His business lost investors, his family turned on him, and even his mother whispered that maybe the gods were angry.
When he tried to come back, Amara didn't even let him pass the gate. She simply said through the intercom, "May your next lesson teach you what love truly means."
Months later, fate led Amara to Kunle, a widower who owned a small architectural firm, a quiet man who loved simplicity and truth more than wealth and show.
He didn't care about her fame, her money, or her scars. He cared about her laughter, the kind of laughter that had been buried beneath pride and pain for years.
Slowly, Amara began to feel like herself again. Not the glamorous designer everyone admired, but the woman who could breathe, cook, dance, and love without pretending.
One evening, as she sat with Kunle watching the sunset from her balcony, he looked at her and said softly, "You've been through fire, Amara, but look at you. Gold doesn't burn."
She smiled and replied, "I only borrowed pain so I could learn peace."
In that moment, she realized that losing Chuka wasn't the end of her story, it was the beginning of her becoming whole again. Because sometimes, the woman who borrows her own husband doesn't lose anything at all. She only discovers the strength to return him and keep her crown.